Only 55% of Americans know that the sun is a star, and that, my friends, is a sad fact of life. Thank you, and welcome to That's the Facts of Life, where we go through all the topics that matter to you, bring you just the facts. Today's topics include shuffled cards, Vanguards, and Canadian Mars. Before we get there, though, let's check in on that FINRA naughty list. It appears that broker selfies have finally made it to Wall Street. However, one broker did not get the like from FINRA he thought he would. That's right, the broker recently used his smartphone to take over 100 pictures of 147 customer accounts, before leaving his firm to move on to another one. The photographed info included names, birth dates, account numbers, and other details. Basically, every ingredient you would need to make the perfect identity theft cocktail. He then took those photos home, downloaded them to his personal computer, and created 2 spreadsheets of over 70 customer accounts, which he later took to his new job on a USB flash drive. Needless to say, FINRA said that he improperly took and misused confidential non-public customer information in contravention of Regulation S-P and in violation of FINRA Rule 2010. As a result, he was suspended in all capacities for 3 months. In other news, the SEC commissioner recently criticized FINRA's cards proposal and asked, "What problem are you trying to solve?" He is concerned about investor privacy, cyber attacks, and said that FINRA has not yet justified their needs for cards, and their justification has changed multiple times since it was proposed. He further wondered aloud, is this yet another Washington solution in search of a problem? Most importantly, though, did I remember to DVR justified this week? FINRA said that they are currently analyzing the dozens of comments they've received on cards, but do not yet have a timeline for the next steps. We are convinced that to be a modern regulator, we have to be able to do a better job with data and analytics to protect investors. And we need to mount up and finally find Mr. Warren G. In response to all their concerns, FINRA played a wild card and announced the hire of their new analytics guru. That's right, FINRA recently hired Arozen Kurtas to be their senior vice president and head of FINRA's Office of Advanced Data Analytics, or as I like to call it, FINRA's UADA. Currently, Kurtas is the assistant director of the SEC's Office of Compliance Inspections and Examinations Quantitative Analytics Unit, or as I like to call it, SEC's SVU. While in this position, he led the development of an SEC software system that is really neat. No, really, it's called the National Exam Analytics Tool, or NEAT. He will now focus on improving how FINRA analyzes and uses the data it currently gathers and look for areas to more effectively refine that data. He has the technology to make FINRA better, stronger, and faster. Also, if he happens to find Mr. Warren G along the way, then it's a win-win for all regulators. Finally, FINRA appears to have some interest in our neighbors to the north. And it's not because they want to love it or list it. Rather, they are calling on approximately 300 investors who profited heavily off of Amaya Gaming's purchase of Poker Stars last year. FINRA is checking to see if there were any instances of insider trading that might have taken place on the deal. Calling someone's bluff has been harder than FINRA imagined because they can't read their poker face. FINRA is the least of Amaya's worries, though. The Canadian government, acting through its regulatory agency, recently raided Amaya's offices and confiscated computers, paperwork, and other property, and every employee's copy of The Wolf on Wall Street. It appears the AMF would also like to have a word with Amaya about potential insider trading. Well, that'll do it for today. To learn more about industry news, check out the Compliance Digest, or we'll see you in another 2 weeks for another episode. And in case you didn't know, psychology is the brain trying to comprehend itself. And that, my friends, is a fact of life.